So guys, today we've got episode number 3 of my FIFA 16 Everton career mode series, and we're jumping into the episode starting a new training with a new player. So we did my obviously routine of 4 weeks training one player. So for 4 training sessions, I'll be working on one specific player. So we worked on Lukaku for 4 training sessions. Now I'm going to be working on Deulofeu for the next 4 training sessions. And obviously after that, we'll jump on to another player. But guys, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you show your support by dropping a like rating. Make sure to drop a comment down below that I can personally respond to. And also click subscribe if you are new around here, as Deulofeu gets through his training sessions very well. He got B, C, and D, the 3 ratings that he did get from his 5 skill drills, 5 training sessions that he did go through. So I am looking for a striker. In the previous episode, we did sell Kone. He did get sold to, I want to say, Bournemouth, as Pina actually gets sold to Aston Villa. So players are departing the club, and we did make a few signings in episode number 1 and episode number 2. And if you did miss that, go check it out. There will be a full series playlist down below in the description. So we do have a scout report. Yes, I did send my scout out to England, or obviously here in England, and I'm looking for young talent, players that can grow. And you guys can obviously see some players I am rejecting, and some players I'm allowing my scout to continue to scout them further, to sort of come back with an exact, say, their potential and their overall. So some players do have potential in the early 90s, late 80s, so 88 to around about 92 were the potential players that I did tell him to continue to scout. So I don't want him to scout players that aren't going to have a high potential. I did obviously reject those players if they had the potential of around 70s or early 80s, because I want those players that have those high potentials that could one day play for our club, Everton. As we did have an offer for McCarthy, my central defensive midfielder, that I am just going to reject, as I said, Pina has been sold to Aston Villa for, I want to say, £3.5 million, as Losadia, this man is at PSV, the striker, 21-year-old, a man that I really want to sign and play up front with Lukaku. If you guys have been fans of the channel throughout FIFA 15, obviously now FIFA 16, you guys would know that I don't like to make the same signings. I'm looking for different players. So every single career mode that I do, I don't want to make the same signings. It'll just get repetitive and boring. So that is why I go in for offers for players that I don't really know too much about, trying to sign them, and then hopefully they can become a career mode gem. And Losadia is the player that I really want to be a gem, a player that I don't know much about. I want to bring him in. He has high potential. I want to see what I can do with him. As we're actually jumping into the first game of the Barclays Premier League season, it's Everton versus Watford at Goodison Park. Watford are a newly promoted side in the Premier League. Obviously, you guys already know that Watford are a newly promoted side in the Premier League. This is a game that I really do want to win. Want to kickstart our Premier League season off on the right foot with a victory here against Watford, as Marquinhos will actually be making his debut for the club. Marquinhos did sign on, I want to say, £21.5 million. And as you can see, my lineup for this game: Tim Howard in goals, Coleman, Stones, Marquinhos, and Baines at the back. Barry, McCarthy, Meunier, Kevin Morales, and Ross Barkley in the midfield. We've got Lukaku up front. We've got Naismith on the bench, and this is just a very, very solid side. Meunier, the man who is on loan from Barcelona. This is the Watford side. Deeney up front. He's a very dangerous attacker. Victor Ababo will also be starting. He'll actually be starting in their midfield, and Gomez as their goalkeeper. And that's really it from this Watford side. But this Watford side is going to be a good side in this Premier League season, so we can't take them lightly. In the last season, obviously in real life, Everton finished 11th. The board want me to finish in Champions League, so these are the sort of games that we do have to win here at Goodison at home. And in the 6th minute of this game, Watford are looking to get on the attack from the defense. You guys can see that they're passing the ball around, trying to make it inside. It's actually Deeney with the shot. A Deeney shot does go wide of the goal. From the actual gameplay, it looked like the ball did go way wide of the goal, but as you can see from this replay, it almost went in. Tim Howard wasn't actually ready for that. We push on into the 26th minute as Kevin Morales plays the ball to Lukaku, as he's going to play to Ross Barkley, who plays it back to Lukaku, who plays it yet again to Ross Barkley. It's Ross Barkley who's going to look to go himself. He takes a shot. and his shot on his weak foot on the left foot is going to go wide of the goal. So scores are 0-0 in the 28th minute. As the transfer has been confirmed, Thomas Muller has been sold to Manchester City for £46 million. That is an insane transfer offer. Muller leaving Bayern Munich for Manchester City. As in the 49th minute, Watford look to get on the attack. They do so, and their man gets taken down inside the penalty area. Meunier does take him down, and Watford do have a penalty. Yes, Watford have a penalty in the early stages of the second half to give them a 1-0 advantage, and what a way it would be for Watford to pick up a goal here in this game to lead Everton at Goodison Park in the 52nd minute. Deeney is going to step up. It's Deeney versus Tim Howard, and Deeney is going to score the penalty. He hits the post. Tim Howard dived the right way, but he just couldn't get to that one. In the 52nd minute, it's Everton 0, Watford 1. Yes, Watford have taken the lead, so we're going to look to hit back in the 59th minute as Kevin Morales is on the ball. He's going to look to cut it back inside. He does do so, make his way inside the box, plays it outside to Ross Barclays. Ross Barclays is going to take the shot himself. He was a bit of an awkward position, but his shot was saved from the Watford goalkeeper. So in the 62nd minute, we had our chance to make it 1-1, but at full time, it's going to end Everton 0, Watford 1, and the newly promoted side Watford have already picked up a victory against Everton. A disappointing loss to start off the season, but we're going to look to hit back later on in today's episode in the second game of the Premier League against Southampton away. So it's a disappointing loss. Sadly, we gave away that penalty. I really feel like we didn't deserve the loss. You guys probably saw from the highlights. We didn't deserve that loss, but hey, that's what happens. You give away a penalty, you give away a golden chance for the opposition to score a goal, and you guys can see the match facts. It was fairly even in this game, and it wasn't the best way to start off the Premier League season, but we're going to look to hit back, as I said, later on in today's episode in a game against Southampton. As we're trading Deulofeu yet again, he's very close to becoming a 79 overall already, and we've just started training him in today's episode. So that's obviously his second training session. You'll have 2 more and they'll swap it on to another player, as Losadia has signed for Everton. Welcome to the club, Losadia. And as I did say, this is a player I don't know too much about. He's got some potential on him. I'm going to see what I can do with him. He's got some pretty decent stats. He's 21 years of age, 75 overall. He's got some light green stats, dark green stats. The reason why I wanted to sign him a lot is because he could play also in the right wing position. He might only have 2-star skill moves, but he's got 4-star weak foot, which means this player is a 2-footed player, so he can take shots on his left, and it'll probably be, I want to say he's a left footer, but it'll probably be just as strong as his right foot. As you guys did see, 4-star weak foot is almost 5-star weak foot. So 4-star weak foot is a trait that I really want on my players, and you guys can see I'm actually using a different formation for this game against Southampton. And what a season it was for Southampton last season at St Mary's Stadium. They played very well, but they have lost quite a number of players during the transfer window. The main man, Schneiderlin, their captain, has actually departed the club for Manchester United, as Losadia will actually have his debut here for Everton. This is the Southampton side, as Stecklenburg will start in goals, Cedric as a right back, Corker, Fonte and Bertrand at the back, Wanyama, Colasi, Tadic, Rodriguez and Ramirez in the midfield, and Pele will start up front. Pele, a very strong striker. So as I said, I changed the formation to the 4-1-2-1-2, as Seamus Coleman will be starting as the right back, as it's Marquinhos and Jagielka as the 2 centre backs instead of Marquinhos and Stones. So obviously our front will also be having Lukaku and Losadia, and just behind them will be Ross Barkley. But Southampton look to get on the attack in the 26th minute, as it's Ramirez on the ball who plays it to Pella. Pella is actually going to lose a ball, but Southampton do win a foul. So from that, ball gets played to Ramirez, as he's going to take a shot. That's a pretty easy save there for Timmy Howard to deny Southampton the first goal in this game. But in the 39th minute, it's Bertrand on the ball. The left back is going to look to cut inside. He does do so very well, as he plays the ball to Wanyama, who plays it to Pella, who actually loses the ball, and from that we're going to look to clear it out, but Losadia actually loses it as Wanyama wins the ball, plays it to Tadic, and Tadic on the left foot is going to put that one into the top corner. What a goal it was. Tim Howard couldn't save that one. He tried to jump, tried to just punch that one out, but what a goal it was. You guys saw just how good of a goal that was from Tadic, and Southampton lead. And from our first, you could say, game and a half in the Premier League, we've conceded 2 goals, and we're looking like we're going to suffer a second defeat already, but there still is a full second half. We're going to have to fight back, but what a goal he was from Tadic. Take nothing away from his strike. It was a fantastic strike from outside the box, and Southampton lead 1-0 as they push on into the 48th minute as Romelu Lukaku's on the ball, tries to play to Ross Barkley, and he does find him. He's going to look at play it back to Lukaku. He's going to look to try and get around this defender. He takes the shot, and Lukaku's shot is saved from Stecklenburg. But from that, Ross Barkley is going to take the corner, trying to find Marquinhos inside the area. He does do so, and Marquinhos with the header, and he does put that one over the bar, over the goal, and scores are going to Maine as Southampton 1, Everton 0 in the early stages of the second half in this Premier League fixture. But in the 56th minute, Tom Cleverley's got the ball. He's going to play to Oviedo, who plays it to Deulofeu. Plays it back to Oviedo, who plays it to Kevin Morales. And this time, Kevin Morales' shot is denied from Stecklenburg yet again. So we're having our chances to level it at 1-1. But we're not taking those chances as Stecklenburg is pulling off some great saves. As we're really putting our shots into the front post. Maybe we should try the back post. But from that, I'm going to take a corner. I actually decided to go for a short corner. Something that I don't really usually do, as we find Marquinhos who's going to play to Losadia. Losadia is going to play to Romelu Lukaku, skips around one defender, and yet again Stecklenburg pulls off a save. Nothing was getting past Stecklenburg in this game. It's another great save there from Stecklenburg to deny us that goal to level it at 1-1. But in the 73rd minute, we've got a free kick. Yeah, again, I'm going for the short free kick. I'm not usually taking the corners and the free kicks anymore. I'm going for short ones. And this time, yes, going for a short free kick actually paid off as we found Ross Barkley free on the penalty spot. Where was the Southampton defense? They were nowhere to be seen. And the 75th minute, it's Southampton 1, Everton 1. Ross Barkley picks up a goal for us, and it really was a very good goal. And that is actually the first goal of the Premier League season for Everton. Our first goal for this Premier League season. Very nice finish there from Ross Barkley. But from that, we're going to look to take the lead. What a win it would be if we could come back from 1-0 down at St. Mary's Stadium. But in the 87th minute, a low cross actually got played to Ross Barkley. It's Ross Barkley who took the shot, but Barkley's shot does go wide of the goal. In the 88th minute, it's Southampton 1, Everton 1, as in the 90th minute, Southampton want to try and regain the lead, and this time secure all 3 points, as they're going to look to cut inside. It's Mane who's on the ball. He's going to try and cross it in, trying to find Davies. From that, Cleverley does clear the ball, but Southampton win it back, and it's Davis with the shot, and Tim Howard pulls off a great save there. It was a real good chance for Southampton to win the game, but Tim Howard does save that one. The game is going to end Southampton 1, Everton 1 to end off today's episode. Guys, if you did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and click that like button. Make sure you drop a comment down below that I could personally respond to. Also, click subscribe if you are new around here, as we will be heading into obviously more Premier League games in the next episode and transfer deadline day. And I'll see you all on my next video.